Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
Welcome back to you. Break stride, sailing me. Free falling, choose my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Good evening, gamers and other folks alike. I hope you all are doing good tonight. You were listening to Midnight Ramen with me, Michael. Yeah, Midnight Ramen at the Livecast. If you want to watch this live, speaking of, you can go to twitch.tv/MeltalurkOriginal, where you can not only watch us live, you can interact in the chat and change how the show goes, but also watch this happen live, unedited, and watch the after show. But it's only on here for up to 2 weeks, because once it's gone, it's gone. But the edited episodes, which is just honestly, at this point, just the whole episode itself, it's always on YouTube. Every single one of them is on YouTube. But every episode since 100, you can also listen to on Spotify. So that's cool. And I also have, when I used to do this as a radio show, up on there as well. So, but those are slowly coming out. I should probably work on more of them because, like, depending on how later in the year it's going to be busy. I know September, October, like later into the year, it's going to be extremely busy. So I don't know how much time I'm going to have to like actually edit those episodes. So I probably should get a move on and getting them done ahead of time just to make sure that they are done. And probably listen and record it like record, closing thoughts week of, because I do that, and, make sure it's all spick and span. Because that, things can change. But other than that, I mean, that's all I got. Until next time, next episode is bye. Just kidding. We just started. So things happening on last week. I worked quite a bit. Not like insane though. I feel consistently I've been, getting enough hours, like getting probably a little too many. But one of my coworkers did like 80 hours apparently, which I didn't know that. Which is insane numbers. But it was like also work that we needed to get done. So it's like, also at the same time, it's like, what are you going to do? So I don't know. But we got it done. We had great events, and yeah, I'm going to call that a W. And today, or yesterday now, technically, me and my girlfriend went and saw Sinners, and we were trying to see this movie for like a couple of days. Well, since it came out, but like we've been trying to see this for like a week or so. The crazy thing is, like today, when we went and saw the movie, we got tickets. And like, I haven't gotten tickets in a long time, actual physical tickets. I love this shit. I live for this shit. Like, I have all my, I collected or started to collect, like the movie stubs that I've went to. I like getting those because those are fun to have. Those are nice to have because it's like a physical representation of movies that you went and seen. I don't like put them in binders or anything like that, but I just love having that like physical history. Like, yeah, you can go on Fandango and see up your past stuff, but I don't think it shows a lot of my stuff. Like if I were to go on it right now, I don't know how much of my history it has, although it probably has like most of it. But I just like the permanence of it, and it's like, oh, we can look back and remember, oh yeah, I remember when I went and saw this movie. Like I can recall a lot of the ones that I went to, like a lot of the tickets that I have, I remember those like vividly, like pretty dang well. Some of them not so much, but like others, like I remember exactly where I was. I remember the day. I remember like a lot of the events of what happened around that ticket. Like I remember, for instance, like Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings, that came out on my 22nd birthday. Or is it 23rd? I can't remember. Oops. I think it was 23rd. It had to be. Yeah, 23rd. Wait, no. Because I would have just graduated college. It came out in 2021. Wait. Yes, 23rd. No, 20. Fuck. It would have been 2021. Yes, it had to have been. It had to have been. 23rd? Yes. 23rd birthday. And I like, honest to God, I got that birthday off from work at the station when I was working there. I did not like say anything, like nothing. And I usually like kind of work those days, I think. But that one I got off and I was like, shit, dog, let's go. And I just had a day to myself just to relax, to chill, do whatever I wanted. And I went and saw Shang-Chi, which honestly was it's a good movie, except for Aquafina. But that's off topic for tonight. But tonight's topic, I mean, the movie one I saw was Sinners, which, oh my God, it's a great movie. I'm not going to spoil anything. It's good. It's great. It's great. I think it's definitely going to be one of those movies where you like pop on FX or whatever every so often, you watch it through. I feel like the blood effects in it are just like really they're cheesy sort of, because it like the blood just spurts like a hose. It's kind of funny, to be honest. But like there's a lot of blood. There's a lot of blood in the movie. Like a lot of it. And some of the lines that Haley Steinfeld says in the movie are like buck wild. It's like, whoa. Her fiance Josh Allen had to have been there. Or like, cause that is just some crazy shit. Crazy shit. Not like, oh, whatever, but it's just like, this is totally out of pocket. I think Haley Steinfeld, let me actually check what her birthday is, because I'm not going to show it on screen because I don't want to do that, but I'm pretty sure she's not that much older than I am. Oh yeah, I think. Oh shit! Never mind. She's a couple years older than I am. She's a 96. I'm a 98. Oh, that's a little more. Damn. I thought she was younger. What the fuck? Anyways, but it's a movie. I think the major themes about it. It's a vampire movie, but a major theme about it is about music. A lot about music. And life. I mean, there's also like, because of the times, it was like during the 1930s, prejudice and racism, but that's also like kind of a lot more subtle than, other period pieces. However, it's prevalent, and man, it makes you think. I don't want to spoil it, because like it's about life, and like kind of after death, but also not. It's weird because it's also, again, it's a vampire movie, so yeah. But it is kind of giving a little bit of spoiler thing away. It's like a major thing in the movie, but like the thing about vampires about it lives by pretty much most of the rules of vampirism, like they can't stake to the heart, wooden stake to the heart, silver, garlic, holy water, like those are the main weaknesses. But also they make this a huge point. This is a huge thing in the movie. they have to be allowed in. They have to be allowed in. And it's like a huge thing, and it builds a lot of tension. And honestly, it works for the movie. But that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, it's definitely like it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but the movie like has, you know, storylines that basically could be tighter, or like concepts that could be tighter, but in the end, everything wraps itself up in a nice little bow. So it's honestly a very good movie. And yeah. But also things that have gone on recently. My cousins that like they're my closest cousins, I mean like distance wise. Well, actually no, the closest cousins on my dad's side, I should be more specific. Their childhood dog had to be put down the other day, and he was Oreo. The dog's name was Oreo. He was black and white. He was a big dog. He's a big dog. He's like half Doberman, or what's the like not Greyhound. Fuck, I don't know the exact one, but basically dog breeds that shouldn't live as long as he had. Like, he should have died like years ago. I'm going to be completely honest. That dog should have died like 2 to 4 years ago. I don't know how he lived that long, as long as he did. It's kind of incredible. He lived a long and good life. But I still remember when they got him, because we just moved into our house, well, the house now that we lived in, and we've had our dogs for years at this point. My childhood dogs, and I'll talk about them. You know, that's going to be a big section, because I feel like I have talked about them, but not huge extent of it. But we'd had our dogs for years at this point, and we lived in Minnesota for, again, like a couple years at that point. And they were just like, oh yeah, we should get another dog, because they had a dog named Eddie. It was like a Siberian Husky or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but he died because he got like, yeah, it was a weird freak accident from what I remember as a kid. But he passed away, and they hadn't had a dog for a year, like good chunk of years, and they decided, fuck it, let's just get a dog, and they got a puppy. And we were like, oh boy, this is gonna be rough. Oreo grew fast. They got him at like 3 months, and within the year, I think we had him down, like they came down once with him, and it was right after our town festival, like a church festival or something like that, where we got like some cakes or whatever. And we were gone for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Oreo and my dog somehow were capable to take down one of the cakes that we had. It might have been chocolate. I don't know. And I don't know how they lived. Like one of the cakes that we had on the counter down, and they made that thing disappear. Like the only thing left was like the lids and, you know, the casing of it. I don't know how they did it. There was a lot of poop in the basement, but not like dangerous, like, oh, that dog is dying kind of poop. You know, because I think like one thing is like with dogs, if you give them a chocolate or something like that, they'll shit their brains out essentially, and then they'll die. Something like that. Some to the extent of that. If they get a lethal amount of it or too much, I don't know what it is. Some to that effect. But Oreo, he'd always, whenever we go up, I'd always have to tease him about, oh, there's a squirrel in the backyard, or where one of my uncles was, like, where is he? It gets him all riled up, like, ooh. Even like when he was the past couple years, you know, when he couldn't move as well and he like limp on his back legs. Like whenever you said like, "Oh, look, squirrel," or you know, try to call for someone, he'd be like he'd get up and move. He'd move. Like he would just like he wouldn't walk, especially when he's older too. Like he wouldn't walk fast, but you knew if he was like excited to see someone or like he would move. Like he had a pep in his step. Yeah. And I think he actually did catch a few squirrels in his time, and like has, you know, done like you know, swimming and stuff. He loved going to the cabin and going swimming. Yeah, he like, honestly, in terms of like dogs, you couldn't have a better one. 'Cause he was a good one. He was loving. He was big. As long as you didn't like get in anyone's way, it was fine. He was a good dog, very good dog. And he's gonna be he's gonna be missed, very much so, very much so. But my dogs, I could go for a while. It's gonna be very sad because my dad only killed our, like, put down our first one. We are 2 for 2 with you know, with our dogs having to, when they knew they were going to be put down, both of them on the card ride there peed everywhere. Like, both of them were at the point where like they didn't go outside much, they didn't drink, they didn't eat. And I remember when I was in my apartment when we put down the younger dog, Pikachu. We didn't name him that. I'll keep this cheery on the second half of the thing and talk about more, you know, upbeat stories and stuff like that. But I do want to talk about that, just the death part, because that's what I'm on right now. And I remember getting the phone call. It was right after Halloween. It was the day after Halloween, and I got a call from my mom. It's like, "Oh, we're gonna go. We're going to do it." And you could definitely tell that she was, you know, her and my sister were like kind of not happy, or like very, very sad about it. And they're like, "Oh yeah, we just let him out. It'll be fine." I was like trying to hold my breath because I just knew he was going to pee in the car. I just knew it. I don't know. I should have told him but like, it was not the time to do it. It's not the time to do it. They said, "Oh, he already went." And I feel like they probably wouldn't let him out. But I feel like I would have told him that Eddie did the exact same thing, they would have probably done it. Who's to say? I don't know. But sure enough, they got like a good portion of the way to the pet hospital or where they were going to do it. And sure enough, he was pissing. He was pissing. Like, my sister was soaked. She had him wrapped in like 2 blankets as well. So he was letting it all go. It's hilarious. Like, it's sad, but it's also fucking hilarious. But yeah. Also, another thing, I wasn't there for either of them getting put down. With Eddie, that was my main one. Pikachu was a Dachshund Chihuahua. Eddie was like a pug, like maybe Boston Terrier. We weren't really sure. Probably Chihuahua, pug Chihuahua. We don't even know. We were never sure. I don't even think the vet or any vet could tell what kind of breed he was. He was something different. Part water buffalo, who knows? Eddie, I remember the day they put him down, because like for a week, I think my family went somewhere for the night, or like over the weekend or something like that, and yeah, like overnight, and they let the dogs go, and I just knew it's like, oh, if you're gonna do that, he's gonna get caught somewhere, scratch his leg or something like that, and that's gonna be his death sentence. Sure enough, I don't know how he did it. He like got one of the floor vent grates out, and then caught himself in it. I could, like, you could not do that. Like, he done it like maybe once, but like that was once, and it never happened again, except for when he did it. For the last time. But I don't, like, to this day, I don't think he could replicate, like, if he was, alive, I don't think he could have done it. But that week, that's when we were like, it's about time. And we knew it was time. And sure as shit, like, the drive to where my dad took him to get him, put down, was not even far. It was in town. And sure enough, like, and that's where like, I knew, it's like when Pikachu was put down, it's like we knew that he probably because Eddie just let it out. He let it out. But the weird thing is too, in the vet, like, he was still himself. He was like completely himself. Like, he was eating treats. Like, he had a bit more life, but he also knew it's like, this is it. Like, he was barking at cats. Eddie was a moocher. He would he would beg for food all the time. Like, out of all the dogs and pets that we've had, he was a moocher. I remember one time, like, I left a sandwich on like a kitchen, like on a coffee table, like right next to the couch, because I was eating something. I turned around to grab something. Sure as hell, Eddie was right there to get at that sandwich. Like, you rat bastard. But he would go after food. Like, he was definitely more passive of the two, but when it came to food, Pikachu knew to back off. He knew. And Pikachu being part, Chihuahua, he was a lot more dominant. Oh, I gotta color balance again, because I got a lot of red in there. Anyways, I don't know what that. I have to figure that out. That's so stupid. So what was that? Pikachu was a lot more dominant. It was a lot more dominant because he had that Chihuahua in him, but he never like dug holes. Because that's like a thing that Chihuahuas do a lot. Even like my family's dog now, Duke, he doesn't do that. I mean, he like kicks up dirt a lot more, but he doesn't like dig holes like a lot of Chihuahuas tend to do. But whatever. But I tell you what, the day that Bacon has to be put down, I'm going to be a wreck. Going to I know I've already said this before, but the day that he goes, I will be a wreck. Like, not to say that I want him to just like die on his own volition, but I rather prefer that than having to take him and then having to put him down. But yeah, it's gonna be a sad one. I kind of know what I want to do. I kind of know what I want to do with myself when I die, because I think what I want to do is like, especially with like Bacon right now. So I'll say with like Bacon and me. So when he dies, I want to get him cremated, and I want to see if it's possible to like get his ashes into like a mix to like make a chain, like an actual like it doesn't necessarily have to be metal, but something that'll last a long time, like not for like forever, quote unquote. So like metal might have to be in, but put his ashes into a chain, get it engraved like, oh, it says bacon on it, and then if like I get more pets, do that. But once I die, have my ashes, do the same thing, and then complete the chain. Because I think that would be interesting. I think that would be very interesting to do. But, yeah. But Bacon's honestly, like looking at this picture of Bacon, and if this, what I'm referring to, if you're watching the video, I have a Bacon banner in the background. This picture was taken like well over a year ago. I think my girlfriend gave me this for Christmas or anniversary last year, a year or two ago. I can't remember. But Bacon was fat in this picture. He lost so much weight. I do need to take him for a vet for his annual checkup still. But he was like 26 pounds when the last time he went to the vet. I think the most recent time that I've weighed him, and he's probably gained a little bit more weight, but he's definitely he's lost a significant amount of weight. I think he's probably, if I were to guess right now, maybe 21 pounds, which is about where the vet wanted him to be. They wanted him to be at like 19, which like he's also just fucking massive. Like he is a massive cat. Like my ex that I got him with, like she said that like he's the biggest cat she's ever had. And yeah. Even the ones that she has now, like comparatively, like she has one that's definitely fat, like fatter. But no, Bacon is just big. Big. I wouldn't say that he's part Maine Coon. He's part raccoon, that's for sure. Fucker he looks like a raccoon sometimes. Like you don't see his face, you see him like running. Like that's a raccoon right there. Like on God, he looks like a raccoon. But he's my little guy. And he's been especially on my days off, he meows like a motherfucker just to get my attention. Like I could be playing a game or anything like that, or just working. Like he knows that I'm working on something, and he's just and he knows exactly where I'm at too. And he just wants me to I go to where he is to like see what's going on, and then he runs off. Like you asshole. Or like he goes to like one of his spots, like a tub or, somewhere like by the steps. That's like where I think he would want to stay. And then he just leaves. Like, you ass. You really call me over just so you can move? Dope. Stupid. But he's a good cat. Honestly. Like he does like, scratch stuff sometimes, but it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse. And I think having a lot more space for him to move, I think that's definitely accounted for him losing weight. As much as I want to move into like an apartment or something like that, I feel like for his health, I feel like the space that he is in now is appropriate because he has room to run. He has room, like he's not like a super active cat, but he gets activity by, walking around. He wants to go outside, but the minute he goes outside, he starts eating like plants. It's like, and that sucks because I want to have like plants, like I want to grow some plants, like get like a basil or tomato plant or chili stuff. I want to have those kinds of plants, but because he like eats that shit all the time, he loves to go after plants, I can't. Like, I don't think there's a good place for me to put any plants anywhere just because, like, he'll get to them. He'll find a way. Like, he'll find a way. Like, he's one of those cats that, like, the door is probably, like, the door handle is probably, like, kind of near my belly button. Probably a little bit higher than my belly button. I don't know. But he could probably reach up to the door and probably open it if he could. He could probably do it. If he had the know-how, he could probably get it done. Yeah. He's both incredibly stupid, but also incredibly smart at the same time. You know what's incredibly stupid, incredibly smart? Me opening these packs. Motherfucker. I'm going to open up 3 packs of Tarkir Dragonstorm. I'm running out. I sorted out the packs that I've got now. And I think left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 packs left. This is my second box of this shit. You telling me that I went through 2 boxes in less than a month? Oh, God. But it's a good set, so I'm obviously getting a 3rd. This set is just so fun to open. It's right, too, because, like, it's so valid. It's so valid. Like, there's no pack tricks. So, like, that's the big thing. There's no pack tricks, so I know where the cards are going to be. And I can kind of at least anticipate them a little bit, so I don't have to fuck up the pack trick and be like, oh, damn, there's a rare at the front. Or, oh, damn, I have some leftover, uncommons behind this card that I got. Thinking that, oh, it'll be a good card or something. I hate that. It'll be another rare. It's like, no. Here's what you get. And deal with it. I love that. I love that there's an order to it. Like a clear order that's not dependent on you trying to figure it out for yourself. And knowing your pack is going to be good or bad. Because there's a lot of slots and things that could be something different. And I don't like that. This is not Pokemon. This is Magic the Gathering, damn it. I want to know what I'm working with. First pack, I'm just going to go through the commons. Just kind of shuffle through them if I see anything cool. Which I don't think I did. Rakshasa's Bargain. We got Zergo's Vanguard. Purging Stormbrood. Dragon Sniper, and the rare is Yathan Road Watcher. When this creature enters, you may cast. If you cast it, mill 4 cards. When you do, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So not deep. Whoa. The foil slot was called the Spirit Dragon, or Call of the Spirit Dragon. It's an enchantment that says, dragons you control have indestructible. At the beginning of your upkeep, for each color, put a +1/+1 counter on a dragon that you control of that color. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on 5 dragons this way. You win. If you put a +1/+1 if you put +1/+1 counters on 5 dragons this way, you win the game. That's a little confusing. But yeah, that's a good card. That's a good pull. Okay, second pack. Just going to go through some of these. Oh, still another one. Okay, we're on to the uncommons. So we got a Strategic Betrayal, Rally the Monastery, Overwhelming Surge, Jeskai Brushmaster, and then a Frostcliff Siege. Choose Jeskai your teamer. Whenever one or more creatures you control deals combat damage to the player, draw a card, or teamer, creatures you control get +1/+0 and have trample and haste. Behind that, for the foil slot, we got a Boulderborn Dragon, and then a Thornwood Falls for the land. Okay, last pack. I don't think there's an Ugin in this one, but if there was an Ugin in this one, I'd be extremely surprised. I think something good can and definitely is in here, but I do not know. Come on. We got a Keru Goalkeeper, Sunset Strike Master, a Host of Hereafter. Ooh, we got a Corey Steel Cutter. That's actually going crazy right now, I guess. And then the foil is a Rune Scale Storm Brood and a Tranquil Cove for the land. So not too bad. Not too bad. I think the Corey Steel Cutter's pretty decent. And the Call of the Spirit Dragon is absolutely wild. So those are some decent pulls, I would say. But that's enough magic for tonight. I'm gonna talk about the dogs. Gonna go back and actually talk about how we got them and some stories about them, because I know I have talked about them before. I think I talked about the exact thing before, but for more context. So Pikachu. So we got Pikachu, our first dog of the two, the one that we put down last. We put him down, or we got him when me and my sister were I was in, I'll say first grade. I had been in first grade. And we wanted to get a dog for a little while there. And we went to pounds and stuff to see what kinds of dogs they had. And one day after my dad had brought us home from after school care at our elementary school. And we get into the driveway, and right as we get out of the car, this car comes right behind our driveway, kind of to block us off so nobody can get in or out. And out comes this dog, and it's oh, there's Pikachu, there's our dog. And apparently what happened was my mom had one of her coworkers at the time go pick up the dog and wait basically for us to come home so she could drop the dog off. It was that was a great surprise. I still I remember getting out of the car. It was my dad's Oldsmobile, 98 Oldsmobile. It was silver. I must have been in the back driver's seat, or the back left, because I usually don't like sitting in the back left. I usually sit in the back. If I'm sitting in the back, I'm sitting in the back right. Just that's how I do it. If I'm sitting in the back, that is. I prefer it that way. And yeah, I just remember that very well. And then Eddie, this is so we get Pikachu 2 months later, maybe 3 months later, our mom gets a call from our dad. So our dad calls us. It's you got to bring Pikachu. We might have another dog. You want to bring him over here now, right now. And we're well, what the hell? We just got a dog. Why do we need another? And so we drive all the way to a PetSmart or Petco. I think it was Petco. Could have been a PetSmart. I don't know. And we get there, and we see this pug Chihuahua. We don't know what the hell he is. And before he came into our family, he was one of the I think he was one of the old folks' home's pets, but they couldn't keep him for some reason. For whatever reason. And the pound had him, or the shelter that had him was either he's going to get adopted or he's going to get put down. It's more kind of he was kind of getting to the point where he's going to be put down just because they had nowhere to keep him. And so we're well, shit. And we want, and I think it was good that we got him a companion. That was a good thing. But the bad thing was, so we get him. We take the dog separately. I don't know why, in separate cars, because my dad drove to there, and then we had my mom, and then whatever. The problem is that immediately in the car, he was horrible, like absolutely horrible. He's like panting, like, like he was like kind of barking or whatever, but like more panting, like very nervously. And he would do that a lot. He would like run around and be like, what's going on? What's going on? And I feel like a little bit of it was Pikachu egging it, but to some extent he wasn't. But like after a while he would calm down. But like once he knew where he was, he'd like kind of freak out a little bit. Just be like, oh, I know where I'm at. I'm where I'm at. Which I feel like kind of makes sense. Like, oh, he knows where he is. He's like, oh, where are we going? Where are we going? Like kind of, typical dog excitement. But I feel on another hand, it feels like he really didn't like the car, being in the car. Pikachu didn't mind it too much. I feel like after Eddie passed away, he kind of took a little bit of that in him, but he was more centered. And I think Duke, current dog, is definitely not terrible in the car from what I've seen or heard. I mean, he has like his own spots. If he's got one of his favorite people in there, he's fine. He's totally fine. He doesn't mind shit. Bacon. I can't get okay, but Bacon though, I can't get him in a kennel. Because like first of all, he's huge. He's fucking massive. But once he's in the kennel, he can get out pretty easily. Like it's hard to get him in. It's incredibly easy for him to get out. Like I've seen him bat the like little pad thing to unlock it, and he's gotten out. So for me, it's kind of pointless if I were to like actually put a lock on it or things like that, because he just undo it. And even then, he didn't like being in there, just period. So I think I still have it somewhere, but just in case, I never use it. Like, and it was a real bitch. Like he's to the point where I can basically, hey, let's go for a car ride, and he'd be like, all right, fuck, yeah, sure. Like I could pick him up, and he'd be like, all right, bet. I love that. I love that growth. Because like when we first got him, it was a whole scene to get him in. A whole scene. It was terrible. Like I'd basically be ready. If I was like need to go back to college or whatever from my house, I would have to basically have like an hour of prep time and like slowly make sure an hour a little bit before that I get him in the kennel right before I was about to leave. Like that was the last thing I would do, but I also have to be careful because he would catch on. Like he'd catch on like, oh, I have my stuff packed up and ready to go. Okay. He'd be like, okay, bye. You're coming with too. Oh, fuck. Like he would do that sort of thing. But he's definitely mellowed out now. I feel like I might, if I can get my old car to work again, because I had to do something, or I can't remember what it was, but I might take him to the vet in that, because I don't want to have my new car like get scratched up and stuff. Although he has been in it once or twice, but not for long. I don't know. He is not declawed. Is the problem. That's the major problem. He is not declawed by any means necessary. But yeah. Oh, I'm definitely tired. I'm running. This is a little off topic, but like I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning. Like actually 4:45. So I'm running on fumes right now. Just period. And I had like a worse struggle waking up today. Like it took me to like 9, 10 o'clock for me to wake up. And I gotten enough sleep. Like I'd gotten like 6:30, like 6 hours and 30 minutes worth of sleep, which is usually what I get around. And like my body naturally like kind of woke up anyways. So it's like, okay, why am I tired? But I don't know. I think like I really actually do not know. But like recently I've like set alarms or like for like my days off and things like that. I've woken up well before they went off. Like the other day, I think I had to get up a little early for work or earlier for work. I didn't even have the what's it called? The alarm on, just because like actually it was on and I turned it off. I'm like, this is silly. I know when I'm waking up. I need to just wake myself the frick up. I am tired. No, Bacon, but Pikachu and Eddie, they were good dogs. They were very good dogs. Eddie was more of like again, as I said, he was a moocher. He was a huge moocher. Pikachu was like more assertive and aggressive, and they made a pretty good team. They were a good duo. I'd say Eddie was kind of more my dog, and Pikachu was more my sister's dog, but he kind of favored my mom just because. Same with Duke. He prefers his like my mom, and then my sister, and then my dad. I go out of my way to antagonize him. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Because I don't know. It's funny. He also makes a lot of weird grunts and noises like like I wished I was making a joke that is like kind of close to the sounds that he makes sometimes. Like on God. On God. Kind of similar sounds to that. But he is a special, right? He's a special asshole. Like he gets aggressive off of nothing. Pikachu was a little bit aggressive, but like no, Duke is like take that times 10 to what he was. Like he'd make sure that you were on mark. What am I talking about? I'm slowly falling asleep. Like Duke is a lot more aggressive. Like if you get too close to like the person he's with, he'll snap. If you get close to any of his toys, like if you go in the general direction of his toys, he will snap and try to go after you and try to protect his toys. Like, my brother in Christ, you put this here. I'm walking in that general direction. It is your fault. Like, you asshole. Of course I don't want your bone. You put it there. My God, you put it there. Yeah, he's fine though. Oh, I'm trying to think of other things that like are similar. Like I'm definitely falling asleep at the wheel, dude. It's not even a crime at this point. And then yeah, I feel like Pikachu took on a little bit of Eddie's personality, characteristics once he passed. But yeah. Waited 3 months after Pikachu died. Less than 3 months after Pikachu died to get Duke, so it's like, oops. I had to wait longer than that. But you know how that goes. Anyways. I already talked about me passing away. But no, I've had like weird dreams. Speaking of like I had like a weird dream a couple of times where we had Eddie like was mummified. I don't know how or why, but like we look into a basement couch cushion and like, oh, there he is. There's his dead body. And then like couple days, like he's been there for like a long time, but then he like get up and move. Like he had just like woken up. It's like, how the fuck? Like a literal mummy dog. It's like how even? How even? I feel like that a little bit of that was actually true though, but I don't think it was. Because like it was weird because like in the dream that I had, it's like, oh, it was like significantly long enough that he was like under a couch cushion or in a couch cushion long enough that he should have been dead for a long time, and we just didn't look. And even like my dad or my whole family didn't know where he was. Like we knew where he was, or like we knew he was dead, but I don't think we knew exactly where he was. Like it was nobody's fault. I don't think any of us knew, but like he was like hiding in a like kind of hiding mummified in a couch cushion, which is weird. That was just a dream. That was just a dream I had. It happened like a couple of times, and I don't know what that stands for, and I don't want to know, but it was like very odd, you know? It's very odd. Because he's just like absolutely dead. And he's just Frankenstein's come back to life. Yeah. But anywho, I'm definitely like trying not to fall asleep. I'm like 25 or 6 to 4 right now. Oh my gosh. I might end up just crashing out afterwards. Honestly, I might do that. It's been a long day. It's been an incredibly long day. I know I don't see, that the red in my eyes. I don't think there is any red in my eyes right now. But oh man, I am just tired. I am just tired. Yeah. But like that dream never happened to any of the other dogs. It was specifically Eddie. I don't know why. But we also never got his ashes back because the place we didn't offer that, which was weird as hell, but whatever. But we did get Pikachu's ashes done. And it took me a hot second when he was, because when I got back and it was, just after, or when I came home to visit or something like that, like just after that, I'm like, oh, what's this box? Oh, what if I opened it up? Oh, and then it took me a hot second, and then it clicked. I'm like, oh, that's Pikachu. Oh, I'm not opening that. Don't open that. It's also kind of incredibly hard to open. But they got it done. Really did. I don't know what I was talking about. I full on passed out. But I knew I had to go. At least that time I had a coherent thought when I passed out. But I would end it a little early, but I'm not doing that shit. Oh yeah, the card store that I usually frequent to is opening like a restaurant. Kind of like the best way to describe it is a bistro. And it used to be a Quiznos sub, and the game store was like kind of wrapped around it, so they're just kind of, I feel like in some way they were just waiting for it to die. And the minute that it like they like went out of the location, like, all right, we're taking this over now. I feel like at this point, if they have the guts and hearts to do it, they could take over like the whole like lot. It's freaking hilarious what they do in there. What they do. A lot of good card stock. Or a lot of good cards. I don't want to like shout them out unintentionally, and I also don't want to dox the store they go to. A lot of good singles for like 50 cents too. I mean, that's also including like rares and uncommons, stuff that's not like worth a value, but a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff, a lot of good cards. Like, that's where I go to get my cards. I feel like I go to another store to get my boxes and singles and things like that. But, yeah. I'm starting to fade. Like a low taper fade. I am slowly fading away. But the meme is still massive. Don't you forget. It's like this age is 9/11. The low taper fade is 9/11. But it isn't. But can you imagine, though, if Ninja got a low taper fade? That would be absolutely nutty. Could you imagine? Whoa. Yeah, you know what? Let's wrap it up. I'm going to go slow. So, if you want to watch this live, you can go to twitch.tv/Melted Lyric Original. Melted Lyric Original. All one word. Or you can not only watch this live, but you can also watch the after show when I do it. I'm honestly probably just going to end it after it because I am dead tired. Like nodding off should not be a thing I'm doing. I might game a little bit afterwards, but I'm going to bed soon because I need to. I can't anymore. I am tired. I might stream later, but also, oh yeah, it's another thing. I'm probably going to go see Thunderbolts like today. It's like, shit, dog. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it, and I hope it's good. I think Brave New World, and thinking about it now, it's not as great as I thought it was initially. It's more or less just a reskin version of Winter Soldier, but like, oh, it's got the Hulk now. But it's still like not as bad as everyone says it is. I just don't think that. I don't think it's like a terrible movie, but also at the same time, it's a political movie that's trying to say something not like political without being political in a time where it's very easy to get dogpiled because you said something political. Like they even had to like redo. Like I feel like they had to redo a lot of the movie solely because, yeah, if we say this, we're fucked. Or let's just say corporate managers are going to be so pissed about this. So they did the best that they could and didn't try to step on any toes and this and that, blah, 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 blah. And made the movie that they did. But I think Thunderbolts, I've been hearing a lot of good stuff. So hopefully that sticks. Something about, okay, let's talk about the after shows. I don't think I'm going to do it tonight. Night to Night, Sweetie. We've had after shows every time this week. Oh, but I love Chef. Oh, but I love the after show. So no one ever. What was I thinking? Okay, so that. If you miss it, that's on here for up to 2 weeks. That's unedited. You can go to YouTube where you can watch every single episode since the first one on there, or you can listen on Spotify / watch on Spotify, since episode 1. So that's all good. And then on Spotify as well, I also have the radio show where I used to do this as a radio show on there. So that's the thing. And 5-year anniversary of each episode. Yeah. I like to thank Greatness for the use of their song Used to It off the album The Call. They just released their latest album, Come What May, basically last week, like a week ago. They had 2 concerts up in Fargo that went up in, the not the Fargo-Moorhead area, like North Dakota, Fargo, Grand Forks, I think, is where they did their second show. But that area, they did 2 shows up there. I wish I could have gone, but I had to work and important work that I needed to do. Yeah. Not to deliberate or anything, but great. Honestly, here's my thought. Like, if I were to do my quick thoughts on it, is they definitely got a lot better. And this is my honest review. They've gotten a lot better. I feel the most major thing that I have against it is, I don't know if it's indicative of just, I feel like it's indicative of the genre itself, is the vocals are still a little bit harder to hear sometimes, but even then it's like, whatever. And the just seeing, what was it? I feel like the order is not correct. I feel like Waiting should be the last song, or Sometimes should be the last song, not the song that they ended on. Which actually, let me check out which one they do, because I feel like it should not be the song that they have, but it is. Give me a second. I gotta see it. It is. Oh, it's Twisted. I don't think Twisted should be the end, because that one's not. I feel like Waiting should be, or On a Roll should be the end, because it feels like a good conclusion. I feel like maybe On a Roll should be the end. Like, I feel like the track order is a little bit off, although they do a thing in twice where they do the thing where it transitions from one song into the next through the previous song, which is hilarious, and I love it, and it sounds really good. And it's usually one that's like, a single, or like going into a single, which is like funny, but also at the same time it's like, I like it. I like that. I like it when albums flow, when they have good flow into one another and things like that, but not enough that you can't listen to each individual song on its own. Not have it take away from like, say, you play song 1 that bleeds into song 2, but you play song 1, but then you listen to some other artist, and then you play song 2. You're not just picking up where song 1 left off. You're doing your own thing, essentially. I don't know. But like, I love this album. It's definitely a lot better. It's definitely a lot better. Anything else? I think that should be it. Oh yeah, thank you guys for listening, watching, doing what you do, and all that other stuff. As I look at that time, though, it is not midnight here anymore. So until it becomes midnight here once again, I will see you later. But until then, I kind of did with my eyes closed. Bye-bye.